kind of method or strategy to offset some of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough. And it is because of our effort toward getting straight to the root that people oftentimes think we are dealing in hate. We are oppressed. We are exploited. We are downtrodden. We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you? And I, for one, as a Muslim, believe that the white man is intelligent enough. If he were made to realize how black people really feel and how fed up we are without that old compromise and sweet talk. Stop sweet talking it. Tell him how you feel. Tell him what kind of hell you've been catching, and let him know that if he's not ready to clean his house up, if he's not ready to clean his house up, he shouldn't have a house. It should catch on fire and burn down.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Middle 8 on Newtown Radio. Welcome, listeners on Mixcloud, friends old and new. This is your host, Danielle, and I'm currently at the station with my new friend, Nacho Isa from 343 Labs. Unfortunately, due to matters out of our hands, Sotne couldn't join us today, but he's watching nearby. What's up? How are ya? Nacho's gonna set the vibe with some tunes. He was great enough to do a nice warm-up set and also a second set after our interview today. We're gonna conduct a short interview in about 20 minutes or so. So yeah, let's hit it. Stay locked in, everybody. Nacho Isa.
Changed my mind.
right. Thank you for that awesome warm-up set.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. You want to pull the mic a little bit closer to you?
Sure.
Awesome.
See. Hello. Hola.
Welcome to Middle Eight Radio. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm sitting here with Nacho Isa, who is a DJ, producer, the co-founder of 343 Labs, which is a community for producers, musicians, artists, and they're supported by expert instructors. I'm so stoked to have you here. Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, this is great. Just these days being able to come out and play, it's amazing. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. We're so glad to have you here. Can you introduce yourself for those who are first discovering you? Maybe something that I didn't just say.
Sure. Yeah, I'm Nacho. Originally from Spain, Barcelona. Mm-hmm. I've been here in New York now for 10 years now. So
10 years.
Yeah. Does that make me a New Yorker?
Yeah, I think you're officially a New Yorker. You're here for 10 years. For sure.
I think I deserve that after 2020 at least, you know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I've been DJing and trying to make music, I'd say, since I was 16. That's when I got my first vinyl. And yeah, so in the last few years, me and my partner, Max, we've been really growing this thing called 343 Labs, which is a long-term project for us to kind of get music producers together, help them with anything they need to be successful, to make music. Some people, if you want to explain easier, it's like a music school.
Yes.
But around that, we just grew a lot more. So, and obviously the last year, the whole thing changed a little bit. We went from having a beautiful space here in New York where people got together, getting together online. So that's my big side music project.
It's pretty big.
Other than playing, and so that's cool.
That's awesome. So yeah, you started 343 Labs with Max Wild, right? How long have you known Max, and where did you meet him?
Wow, that's a good story actually. And we didn't prepare this, so that's a good question.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off track.
No, it's perfect. I kind of create the music for my Burning Man camp. The camp called Floasis, sister camp with another camp called Pineapple Motel.
Okay.
So we do a few things, but one of the things we do is music programming once a day, and then a big party on Tuesdays. So I was looking for people to just play with us, instruments and musicians, and I saw this guy posting, "Hey, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna bring my saxophone. So if anyone wants me to play, I'll come and play."
Amazing.
And I reached out to this guy called Max Wild, who's now been my partner for business partner for 3 years. And he just turned up one day. I have this image that now I think my business partner turned up almost naked with the saxophone into my camp and saying, "Hey, it's me, I'm gonna come play." So we met there and we became friends. And then after, back in New York, he told me he used to be the head teacher at this school called Dubspot, which was a huge music school.
Yeah.
That kind of caught the wave of the EDM, 2011, 2012. So it grew really quickly. All these kids wanting to make EDM, and then in 2015 the school closed for different reasons, issues with financing and trying to grow. So he had been for a year or so just trying to restart the school and bring that community back, and used to tell me about how they would get together tens and tens of music producers at the school and make music together, learn together, talk about it, help each other, and that was kind of gone. So
yeah,
so that's how we met, and how it all started.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you never know who you're going to meet at Burning Man, right? You always meet the best people at Burning Man.
I hate because sometimes it sounds so cliche to just talk about Burning Man, but it was that way. So it was that's how it was.
That's awesome. So you've been doing 343 Labs, you said, for 3 years, but you launched. Oh yeah, so you launched in 2018.
Yeah. So we started a little bit before. Yeah, the end of 2018 is when we did our first like pilot class, Ableton, and then since then, we have a space in Cooper Square that it's still open now, but obviously.
Are there classes still happening now?
So now we're actually allowed to do classes. It's just like people don't want to commute. So we haven't done any classes at the space for some time now. We've done everything online. And we also opened a school in Berlin in July.
Oh my God. In the pandemic. Look at that. Don't slow down.
Yeah.
I actually sat in on a class with Max because who would I be if I didn't know anything? There was like a intro to Ableton class and I was like, you know what? I'm going to sign up for it and just, sit in. And he is so informative. He is such an informative guy. And based on what you're telling me, he's a multi-talented guy,
Yeah, he's a classically trained musician and knows Ableton inside out, Ableton certified trainer.
Wow.
He's definitely the, I would say, the skill producer of the two. I am more of like the DJ side, more like music creator.
You're the DJ side?
Of the two, I'm like more. I'm more like the music creation. I don't have the knowledge he has on the music detail. Music theory, classically trained, Ableton inside out. I'm more of a music creator.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, no, I think that it's. How do you get Ableton certified?
Yeah, so it's a whole process with Ableton. I think you have to go through like a number of courses. An exam. It's not easy. Not easy.
Oh my God.
We're also an Ableton certified center, which is another whole process. Ableton is a very successful company. They've done they have a great software, built over the years, and they know what they're doing. And the whole certified Ableton is also like a big business for them. So it's not easy. I would never be able to be Ableton certified.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a big feat. I mean, I actually just got into Ableton this year. I'm pretty late to the game. I'm not gonna lie. I started out in Logic myself, and I am just blown away with the workflow, how easy everything in Ableton is to do, and to just there's different views. You make a beat in one view and then you do the arrangement. And I feel like that just I don't know why I've been waiting so long.
Yeah, I think it can be a little overwhelming at the beginning. I think but that's why we started classes. We think that with a little guidance at the beginning, it really makes a difference. There's obviously a lot of content out there, like YouTube and tutorials but it's really easy to get lost in just like looking at tutorial after tutorial, and that's not what I wanted. So with teachers and mentorship, and it just becomes a lot easier. You just really reduce the time that it takes you to get the grasp of it, and just like being able to focus on the creative part of it more than, I'm stuck because I don't know how to do this on Ableton, or I don't know.
Right.
So that's our idea, and we do classes, but we also do a lot of like free stuff. So now we have a daily stream from 1 to 2 p.m. every day.
That's amazing. Your YouTube channel is also very packed full of free, like amazing information. Like there's like anything that you could possibly want, like it's there.
There's a lot there. Yeah. So since I think it's May, we've done every day, with the exception of a couple of weeks in between. So we've done like season 1, season 2, season 3 of 343 TV. So every day we've had 1 hour of one of our teachers touching on a different subject. So yeah, if you go to our YouTube, youtube.com/343labs, we have a lot there. There's a lot to go through.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, it's good to remember, like sometimes, and I think in particular with last year, it's good to reflect a little bit on the things you've done. And as a school, obviously, it was a hard year to like close. We loved having the space and having people over and just like being in a class with teachers and always like everyone else, we had to adapt. And we miss that part. So it's good to just think about the other things we've done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you've done a lot. And I think that this pandemic has probably, has it been helpful to you? I mean, obviously all your classes most of them are online right now, but have more people been signing up because they're kind of at home or?
Yeah, there was a bit of at the beginning, there was a big push. I think people, when the whole thing started, people were like, oh, I'm at home. I'm going to have all this time. I'm going to learn this, that. This is the perfect time to learn how to make music. So we had a push at the beginning. And I remember like we had a few like really busy classes, and like half of those were just friends that were reaching out and were like DJ friends that were like, hey, like this is the moment for me.
Yeah.
Then after that, I think it was a little bit of like fatigue. It's the same, like people are working at home, doing like video calls all the time. So do they want to be again another 2 hours on a Zoom learning how to make music? So after that, there was a little bit. It was also the summer, and people were like hoping to be
outside. Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a little bit. And then after that, now I think it's just people are kind of waiting. There's a little bit of uncertainty. So it started really strong. Then it's been a little rough. So I think we kept our goals for the year, but some people think that because people are at home, it was a crazy year. It wasn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I actually know somebody who was really affected in a positive way by 343, and she was actually here with me at Newtown like a week or two ago. Ria Mehta, she got her start at 343 Labs, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
And now she's released a few tracks. Yeah. Shout out to Ria if you're there in the comments. Say what up.
Yeah, Ria's super talented.
Definitely.
I think she has like the perfect combination to be she came to 343 and she learned the basics, but then after that she's like super persistent. She has like many tracks, also like networking the right way, meeting people, doing remixes.
She's very smart too. Definitely.
Yeah. So it's a perfect example. I think if someone asks me about people that I'll use as an example, Ria is definitely one of them.
Yeah. And she released on a label that you released on for the first time this year. Forgive me if I'm wrong, right?
Yeah, so
Try Music Group.
Yeah, so I had a couple of releases this year I'm really proud of. One was a remix of Infinite Glass, which is a track by Brian Tabot in his record. He did a whole remix album, which is really cool. And then the other one was a remix on Me, who is one of my favorite labels in the world. It's Manpower's label.
Manpower. Oh my gosh. Really?
Yeah. So
that's awesome. Congrats.
Yeah. So I was really proud of that. So, and it's also, the fact that he liked the remix and he decided to release it was like a really special moment. Yeah. That was amazing.
And where can people buy that?
What?
Where can people purchase that?
That is on Mimi's Bandcamp.
Bandcamp. Okay. Awesome. I'm going to find that and post it in the comments while you're DJing for anybody who's interested in that. Yeah. Okay. So shout out to Brian, by the way. I think he's watching here. He actually has a release out today of a compilation. It's really good. He sent me it.
Brian I feel like there's these people that just make so much music. They're always one thing after the other. For some others, it just takes us like months and months, and we're like afraid to release. And Brian's like always things out.
He's always, he's just, he's an example of like, staying dedicated. Like I called him last night. I'm like, what up, man? Like, he's like, I'm just working in the studio. Like every night he's working on music every night. So I think that also, like, if you're a new producer, that's the best thing you can do, right? Like, let's say you're taking a class at 343, you're like, you can watch 1,000 tutorials and classes, but if you're not sitting in and doing the work and sitting in front of your computer, you're not going to get anything done.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, I mean, producing is just hours and hours and hours. So I'd say we help people wherever they are at their process. We have like beginner and advanced classes. Some people are stuck on their sound design. So if you come and take a sound design, we're going to help you like break that wall and kind of like take you to the next level. But after that, you still have to put the hours in the studio and the whatever it is for you. If it's at home just on your laptop, wherever you're using like a specific setup. But yeah, if you don't put the hours after the classes, I mean, you just need that.
I mean, the thing is like, you definitely have to put the work in. And I think that the big thing too that I loved about 343 and do love about 343 is that you are in contact with expert instructors like Max. And if you have a question, if you get stumped up on something, you can hit them up and they will help you, figure out a solution. Like that is, for me, it's like when I first started producing, I was like, I'd run into walls and I'd just get frustrated and I'd be like, I don't understand this, and then get, discouraged or whatever. But at 343, you can, let's say you take a class, all right, you do something, you hit a wall, you can ask an instructor, like, what's the best way I can approach this? How can I, get to where I want to be? And they will give you awesome feedback. So that's really special.
And that, for us, before it was all about our space, right? People would just come in, teachers were there. They would come to the class 1 hour before, sit with teachers. So now it obviously took us a little bit to replicate that, all of that online, virtually.
Yeah.
So for example, now we're doing a lot of we're on Discord. We have a huge server there.
Awesome.
Where people, can just go. The teachers come in, they ask questions. Either the community answers, because a lot of the time people know, or the teachers are there. And then the other thing that I'm really proud of that we just kicked off is we started to invite really big producers, or some of our favorite producers in the world.
I'm so excited for your pro sessions. I don't mean to interrupt you. Is that what you're talking? Get to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we call our 343 pro sessions. By the way, 343 is because 343 meters per second is the speed of sound at the level of the sea.
Oh,
for people to know.
Very
people
cool.
are like, why is it 343?
Yeah.
That's
speed of sound.
Yeah, the speed of sound.
Wow.
So
It's beautiful.
the pro sessions are, we invite some of our favorite artists, and being in Berlin now, we also just getting to know a lot more of them. So many people there. So for example, for the next few weeks, we have Ira, an amazing producer, has just released on Inner Visions a lot this year, and Musumechi is another amazing. So
I'm definitely want to get on the Musumechi one. Oh, he's one of my favorite producers. That's a big pull right there. That's so great.
Yeah,
he's so amazing. So
and it's been also a great opportunity for me personally, but also for people in the sessions to get closer to the artists. I think I always say this is because of the headshots that everyone thinks that artists are assholes. There's always these pressures that people look so serious, and then you meet them in the camera, they're just normal people,
yeah.
So it's been we had for example, the first one was Faulty DL, and he actually when I was talking to him, it's oh, we're actually neighbors. He lives in Bed-Stuy.
Yeah. You live in Bed-Stuy?
Yeah. I live in Bed-Stuy, yeah. So it's been really good to get to meet the artist, and also for the audience to engage with them, ask questions, and just learn about how they're doing, how realizing that last year was also hard for them. So it's been a really cool experience.
Yeah, I mean, just to also it's you have the 343 in for students and the 343 Pro. So not only are you getting expert instructors that work at 343, you're also getting producers that are releasing music, that are current, that are, breaking boundaries, and you are connecting the student with that. And that is that's what's going to bring the most music. I feel
Yeah, it's just that it's also a matter of we know that some people maybe don't want or cannot afford $1,000 class where you're going for 3 months taking classes. So we have free stuff. We have pro sessions are like $30 for 2 days.
It's so affordable.
Yeah, and also we've actually, we're a big chunk of that goes to the artists. So we're also really proud to be helping, artists. A lot of them rely on touring these days. So last year was rough for the industry, and really happy to just bring another option for them to make some money. So that's cool too.
Yeah, it's like, in a way, it's like giving back to the community, and you're giving back to everybody, really. It's such that's why I just love 343. I think it's just so great.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for putting all the hard work and effort and thoughts into it so that everybody in the community can benefit from that.
Yep. Whenever we can all be, maybe we should do here this. I was looking around here at Newtown Radio, and if we weren't closed, this would be a great place to just have 20 people here and do some kind of session with one of the artists.
Yeah, definitely. We got to work something out. Absolutely. Yeah, that's so great. Oh, by the way, your daughter is so cute. Congratulations. Wasn't it her first birthday? I'm such a creep on Instagram.
It's my fault too. I feel like I'm one of those annoying dads that just posts about I went from posting about parties and being out DJing and stuff to just posting about my daughter all the time.
No, it brings me joy. I think she's so cute. She's so cute.
Isn't that the whole point of having a daughter? You just can post on.
You love your daughter. You want to share her with the world. She's so beautiful.
She's great. Yeah.
So cute.
She's really exhausting.
Yeah. She's 1, so I can't. I'm an auntie. Luckily, my nephew is 4, so he's a little easier to watch. But between 1 to 3, they're running, they're touching everything. They're I
think auntie is a little easier.
Auntie's here, you can go back to mommy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. Yeah. So how have you been staying inspired besides 343? I mean, I'm sure that takes a lot of your time. How else have you been staying inspired during quarantine?
Yeah, I mean, I actually played a few. So Elements did a couple of really small festivals where we all tested before. So I played those 2, and that was it was just so happy to be out there playing, outdoors and in front of people. I was talking to. It's interesting, talking to some of the artists at the pro sessions. It's there's very some people are oh, I have all this time at home now, I'm making so much music, and some others are. I was talking to Fedele, who's this amazing guy, one of the 3 guys from Agents of Time.
Yes, very good melodic.
Yeah, exactly, very good melodic. Who did one of the pro sessions, and he was telling me that for him it's really hard to make dance floor music now because he hasn't been out at parties, so he doesn't have that moment of inspiration of oh wow, here I would like to do this or that. So I think I feel a little bit like that. I think, for example, I've been digging less. I think because I'm at home and I'm well, there's not that many gigs coming, or I'm gonna be playing at home. So I miss being out and thinking, there's this gig coming to be pushed to create or do some edits to my music, some remixes. So I miss a little bit of that. I've also been involved in another project that is really cool, which is when we started DJing. We started the whole COVID and we were all in quarantine. We were doing streams, and at the beginning we're okay, so let's get the people in a Zoom call while we're streaming to Twitch, and we want to see people's faces, and I think that worked for a little bit, but people are oh, this is tiring. I don't want to be. So we've been developing this thing with a couple of friends. One is Drew Proud, who's kind of the guy that leads Rapture community here.
Yeah, Club Rapture. Shout out to Drew.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up?
And a few other friends. I'm not gonna name them all, but basically this virtual gathering space. The idea is to give artists a platform where they can perform and the audience can engage. So think about it kind of like a Twitch meets Zoom, where you have a DJ performing and then people are kind of in a space hanging out, and they can be with each other. They can be an avatar, or they can be on camera. They can like go to a bar and talk to each other, get back to the dance floor. So that's called Backroom Social Club, and we're kind of like on beta now. But hopefully, you know, we're getting there. The product is looking really cool, and yeah, that's exciting. So just like things related to music that I think improve what we have right now, and that excitement to get involved.
Yeah, so you definitely have been staying inspired during quarantine. It's like, you know, we got to make it work for us, because I feel like it's a community. The underground dance electronic scene is I feel like it's like a tight knit community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people want to help each other and they want to be around each other. I actually went on it's backroom.social.
Mm-hmm.
That's the website.
Yep.
And I made a profile. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is so cool. So you go and you make like an avatar, like you said. You can go, you like choose to be on the dance floor or the bar, and you can, like you said, chat people up.
Mm-hmm.
And the music like sounds different. Like let's say you're at the bar, it's like a little lower. So it's like you can still hear it, but you can chat with the people there.
Exactly.
And then you go on the dance floor and you can dance in front of your camera, and then you can look on your screen and see your buddy there. That's just like, that's super cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's the idea. You know, we're still like early in it, but it's, you know, we're starting to like host parties there and have DJs, and for us it would be just amazing to create first like a better experience for performers and the people attending these events, and second, it'd be great if this becomes like another way of like making money for artists. You know, I think you know, hopefully, you know, we'd be able to be out dancing together, you know, not that long. But I think having an alternative that people think, okay, if we do this in parallel, there's like other people from other cities that can join. And then if like we're again back in the situation, you always have it as a place to kind of revert back.
Yeah, it's just incredible. I mean, nothing can, replace going to the club and feeling the bass in your chest and, you know, the heat from somebody else next to you. Which I think is what, like, at least I miss the most. But I think that's like the closest thing that you can get, which is like the community aspect. Because if I'm watching something online, like Twitch or whatever, I want to like see my friends next
engage
to me
with people
and
talk to
engage.
people.
Yeah,
that was the whole idea. As you say, I mean, we are well aware of that. Nothing will ever replace walking into a dance party and like meeting people and being with your friends, but we're trying to just make it a bit better than what it is now. Just like being able to engage, being able to just like be in contact with people. So that's the whole idea behind Backroom Social.
And so is that something that you'd like a solo launch, or did you worked with Drew on that, right?
Yeah, we're actually a team of 5. So Drew is kind of our head honcho.
He's in the chat right now.
Hi, Drew.
Hey, Drew.
He's a great CEO.
He's a great guy though. Seriously, I've known him for a long time since I moved to New York, really. Yeah,
what's fun is that we all actually we met briefly before. Well, I DJ at one of his parties before quarantine, but like we're 5 people doing the Backroom Social. We all met on like just virtually. Like Drew was saying the other day, Jared, who's one of the others that is involved, Jared, Nate, Big, and Drew was telling me the other day, oh, I finally met Jared in person. I was like, wow, you didn't know Jared either? I was like, no, we met through just like virtually, and we all had this idea. Well, this idea came up, and like we're all interested, so we've developed together. So it's really cool.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So we're going to backtrack to clubs. What is the clubbing experience that you miss the most? If you have one, if you can choose one.
I think what I miss the most are like festivals.
Yeah.
Is that cheating on the answer?
No, that's not cheating.
Yeah.
Well, is there a particular festival that you had in mind?
I mean, I don't think there's anything like Burning Man, but I'm not gonna like. I think just the
You're allowed to love Burning Man.
Yeah, but I don't want to be annoying. I love Burning. But just the idea of walking into outdoor space where there's like different music. You're almost like that excitement when you cross the gates. There's like rock somewhere. Then you can go somewhere to listen to some like electronic music. Then you like catch any artist that you've never, you're with your friends outdoors, like great weather. It's like that's really what I miss clubbing too, but I really miss like going to a festival. Yeah.
And yeah, it's like definitely like the nature aspect gives like, it's like something you feel like a little bit more connected, and I think at a festival you can like go from stage to stage. You have a little bit more versatility.
Yeah, and different things and different music. Yeah. And that is something that I can't wait to be back to a music festival.
Yeah, definitely. You were talking about Elements earlier. That's like has been one of my favorite festivals. I think that they really get it right with the earth stage, water stage, air stage, fire, and it's like the music really is just really well curated.
Yeah, it was really cool actually. And you made me remember that I was at the festival. But yeah, I mean it was different, but actually the one in September felt really good. It was at the time where I think there were like less cases. I felt safe with the way they did the controls. I know people that were sent back at the door because they tested positive. So I know for a fact that they were doing it, right?
Yeah, they weren't messing around.
Yeah, and everything was outdoors, and there was a lot of space. So it felt good. It was amazing. Yeah, it's good. So,
yeah. I'm ready to go to a festival. Yeah. Honestly, nothing like that. You just wake up and it's music. Wake up music. All right. So what's next for you now?
I think we're pushing really hard on Backroom Social. This is kind of like our crunch time to see if this is something that becomes big. 343 Labs is I think it's like a life project for me. It's forever. My partner Max is in Berlin now, and I'm here. Like as soon as we can, we'll open again the school here. Well, it's open, but we'll have people over and get back to the community. So I think those two things, and for me, it's just like DJing and making music is always there. It's like what makes me happy, kind of like. Helps me ground from like the rest of the things. So I will be one of these an old DJ when I'm like playing at 70.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's pretty clear to anybody now who didn't know you before that it's definitely for the love of music with you.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
it's the love of the music is the driver. So
I do. Yeah, and like I love being at home, just like digging music and like discovering new artists. And I go through those periods of frustration where I feel like nothing that is coming out I like. And I know that that's just like temporary. And then something comes out 2 weeks later that I really like. And I found again, like my train of like, it's just, I think I love very different kinds of music. And that makes it a lot more interesting to me. But it also makes it a bit more like complicated. When you told me to play today and you want to play first, I'm like, oh, great. If I play first and then I play later, I can play a little like
different
styles,
versatility.
I'll play a little bit at the beginning, something like slower and weird. And then later I'll play more of like a party music as it's Friday.
Yeah, it's Freaky Friday. Well, the thing is like, everybody who asks me, they're like, what's your genre? What's your sound? I'm like, I
don't know.
It's whatever I'm feeling.
Yeah, what do you play? It's like, that's the worst question, right?
I know. It's like, it's like, well, I mean, like, what's your sound? Is like, what's your vibe? Yeah. Really, I think that's like the better question. It's like, I like, for me, my vibe is just to kind of let people, which should be the vibe for everybody, is let people kind of, enjoy themselves. That's the vibe. That's my vibe right there.
That's what a DJ is for, right?
That's what a DJ's for.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to hear what you have to play for the second set too.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited too.
Yeah. Do you want to get started now? A little
Sure.
5 minutes early?
Sure. Perfect. Yeah, let's do that. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for sitting in with us. Nacho Isa, everybody.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So Nacho's going to hit the decks right now. Oh, Tori's in the chat. Hi, Tori. A little bit of plug, actually. Tori's doing a mix for my party label called Rebel. And that should be out on this brand new streaming platform called iStream Radio. So I'm super excited to hear what she has to play. She always just brings amazing sets. Speaking of amazing, Nacho Isa, everybody. If you aren't following him on Instagram, his handle is at Nacho Isa. Pretty straightforward. And our handle is at middle8, like the number 8, radio on Instagram. All right, here we go. Nacho Isa, everybody. Stay locked in. We're on live until 3.
You've been faking it so well that you even fooled yourself again.
Nacho Isa, everybody.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. That was truly amazing.
Thank you.
Yes.
It was
No,
fun.
thank you. Thank you for a wonderful interview and amazing DJ set. You just hit all the vibes that I was feeling right now.
Thank you.
The
I was
indie-
trying to take some of the tracks of last year that reminded me of some good moments I have.
Yeah.
With people, having fun, some moments like just chilling. So yeah, that was a little bit of that.
It's like a contribution to 2020.
Yes.
Sorry, not a contribution, but like a dedication, rather.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's amazing. It was so good.
Thank you.
Do you usually play indie dance?
Yeah, a lot. Like mostly, yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
It's
I would
so
play that
good.
all the time. It's not always the right place, but yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you for doing that. I love indie dance.
Yeah, me too.
My vibe, the chugging sound, rock and roll sounds,
Yeah,
that
little
kick
guitars
drum,
and
guitar. Bow. Oh yeah, that one clunch track you played.
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah,
track.
I love that. Yeah, I played that track at Element. It was like really good, like in a big sound system. It was cool.
Oh yeah, that wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I gotta talk to 343 Labs on how to make that
Yeah,
sound.
yeah, that's a lot of sound design there. Yeah.
Thank you so much for crushing it. This is Danielle. You're listening to Middle 8 Radio. Our next show is the end of the month on January 29th. So stay tuned in. We broadcast every other Friday, and you can tune in to our other shows on the Newtown Radio Mixcloud. They're all uploaded there. So yeah, thank you, Nacho.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you the weekend after next, and thank you for tuning in, friends. Thank you for everything.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Adios.